It's okay, good. That'll be blooper.
No, just keep going. Go.
Hi, it's Jamie, and I'm here for Italian night at the Deschambault's at 33. Tonight I am making my grandmother's marinara, homemade marinara, and meatballs. We're just going to fry the meatballs and serve them brown. We're not actually going to put them in the sauce. It's kind of just my mother's spin on it. She just always liked fried meatballs, just plain. So that's what we're going to do. And I made already a beautiful Italian salad, green salad, that will serve as well, and I'll show you that when we're done. So to get started, I am going to start the pot for the marinara, and I'm also going to start the pan for the meatballs. I'm going to get everything nice and hot, and then we're going to go. So here we are. I've prepped everything here. So we have ingredients not only for the sauce, but also for the meatballs. For the sauce, which is what I'm going to start first. I put the wrong burner on. Fix that. For the sauce, we have garlic cloves, fresh parsley, fresh basil, and fresh Italian oregano. And the parsley is the flat leaf Italian parsley. Okay? And then for the meatballs, we have crushed garlic, minced garlic, about a cup of Locatelli Romano grated cheese, 3 whole eggs. You're really supposed to have unseasoned breadcrumbs, about a cup. And then I am going to put raisins. I'm not going to do them in all the meatballs, but I'm going to make about half of the meatballs plain and half with raisins, which is a very Sicilian way to make meatballs. So let's get started with the sauce. We're going to use some olive oil in the bottom of the pot. About, I would say, 3 or 4 tablespoons. And to that, I'm going to add I've made about 6 pounds or almost 7 pounds of tomatoes. So I put about 4 sliced garlic cloves in here. I'm going to add that to the olive oil. And we're just going to let that kind of steep, if you will, or sweat. Yes, that would be a good way to put it. That going. And then with that, I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. The whole thing about marinara is that it's fresh. It doesn't cook a really long time. It's supposed to have a really almost raw flavor to it. Just everything is very fresh and clean. And then I'm also going to add Italian oregano, which I love. About a 1/4 cup, I guess. And also some just broken fresh basil. I probably have about 6 large basil leaves that I just kind of broke up, very rough chop. Lower that gas. So now it's like on a medium heat, and I'm just sauteing all of that together in the big pot. Also going to add some kosher salt to taste, and some freshly ground black pepper. And I know you can't smell it, but it smells really good and fresh and garlicky. Okay, so in the meantime, while that's sauteing, I've already prepared some of the tomatoes, and you can use fresh plum tomatoes if you like. I personally think it's better, it's a little bit more of a bolder, richer flavor if you use some Italian peeled tomatoes. These are imported, but you could use some of the domestic brands as well. And the way you prepare them, even though I don't like the crushed, I don't like to buy crushed because it's almost too thick, so I crush them myself. So you just have your blender, and I already crushed them, that's why my blender is dirty. But you just pour the can of the plum tomatoes into the blender. But you don't want to get it really watery. You really just want to crush them, almost so you haven't already.
I know.
And my sous chef, my husband Ronnie, is actually going to help me. And you just do it for a second, like just a second.
I learned this 15 years ago.
Did you hear that? It switched, like it went an octave higher.
Pay attention.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, thank you Ronnie, is we're going to add this now to the herbs, okay? have some others that I crushed. I'm gonna add those as well. And I used three 35-ounce, again, imported tomatoes, 3 cans.
Another important part of this whole deal, keep your cooking space clean.
Okay. So now the tomatoes are going. And these are not going to cook for a really long time. So we're not making a big Italian gravy, if you will. We're making marinara, and it's not going to cook for a long time. We almost want that raw flavor to it, that really fresh, clean, raw flavor to it. So now those are going. Okay, so in the meantime, we're going to start our meatballs. So I've got my saute pan pretty hot at this point. I'm going to take it off a little bit. I'm going to add my olive oil to get this going. So I've also added 4 large cloves of garlic. I haven't crushed them or anything. What that's going to do is help flavor the meatballs as they're cooking. So I just took it off the burner because it's really super hot. In the meantime, I have about 3 pounds of ground beef and pork mixed together. And to that, I'm going to add a cup of unseasoned breadcrumbs, a cup of Locatelli Romano grated cheese. That might have been a little more than a cup. The more cheese, the better the flavor. This is about 3 cloves of minced garlic. I have about a 1/4 cup of fresh chopped parsley. And to that, I'm going to add 3 whole eggs.
Saw the guy betting how to do this last night.
Okay. I also have here, I wish it's just water. It's like lukewarm water, and you add this so that you don't want hard meatballs, and so the way to keep them from getting hard is to make sure that they're moist. And so this is just plain water. So we're gonna add that. I add about 1/2 of a mugful, and then if I need more, I can always add more. And then I also am going to do some freshly ground cracked pepper. And some kosher salt. Remember, you have the cheese in there, so it's not like you have to overdo it with the salt. And then my sous chef, Ronnie, is going to go, and the best way to really mix this together is with your fingers. Use your God-given utensils and just really get in there and mix everything really well together. Not too big, not too small. Nice meatball.
Perfect meatball.
I always dip my fingers in the water because it helps it from getting, like, it makes the meatballs nice and smooth. Meatballs are now cooking, so the part of the secret to cooking the perfect meatball is to turn them without breaking them. And they're very delicate because remember we kept adding that water so they wouldn't get hard and dry. So they're kind of delicate. So what I always use is just a regular table fork, and I get underneath them and just flip. Okay, now in the meantime, my sous chef is going to start with the raisin meatballs. And so to the beef and pork mixture that we did, we're going to add about a cup of raisins. Just regular, yum, sun-made raisins. Put those in. And he's just mixing them. I think how this came about was a lot of, some Italians, I don't want to say a lot, some Italians add sugar to their meat gravy. I do not. I do not add sugar to mine. But I think some of the old Italian folks in Sicily may have decided to add raisins to help sweeten the tomatoes.
Smell good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can smell them like down the street usually.
So your mom used to make these when you were little?
Yeah, on Sunday morning. This is our meal.
The ritual on Sunday.
There's nothing like this on Sunday.
There's some very inspirational music in the back.
Yes,
It's good, isn't it?
So I've actually, and if you see, I'm taking the sauce off because it has been about 30 minutes now, and it's done. Remember, it's a marinara. It's not a gravy. It's just like very light, and we're going to put it over some very al dente pasta, and it's done. It just cooked for 30 minutes, and so now it's perfect.
It's finito.
I shut the heat off. Ronnie.
Friday.
Fired. Hey, Ro, you're hired. Good night, Ro.
So we toasted our bread, and I have a piece of fresh garlic here, and all I'm going to do is rub the fresh garlic
Jamie a
on the
kiss.
bread.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Ro, we wouldn't have any of these recipes.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
And it's just going to like release the oils from the garlic and like give a hint of garlic flavor. Love you, Mama. Okay, so we have our pasta cooking al dente. I'm just about to take it off. In the meantime, we prepared our salad. We're getting ready to toss it. This is just fresh romaine, roasted peppers, artichoke hearts, black olives, red onion, with a nice balsamic vinaigrette dressing. In the meantime, I've prepared my pasta bowl. Honey, Will's at the door if you can get it. I'm going to go drain my pasta. You want to drain it really, really well because you don't want to water down that delicious marinara that we just made. We're going to drain it really well. In the meantime, I've toasted my bread, I've taken it out of the oven, and I rubbed it just with a really nice, fresh, uncooked garlic clove. Just rub it along the crusty bread. And it just gives a nice little garlic flavor, but not too heavy. And then you can just shoot it with a little olive oil. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to grab our pasta. Put it in our bowl. I made spaghetti rigate. It's just a spaghetti and it has a line in it and it's kind of soaks up the sauce that way. We're going to top it generously. And we'll toss it so it doesn't all stick together. This is a lot of pasta, I know, but we're a lot of people and I want everybody to enjoy it. Top it with little homemade marinara. Garnish it with a little fresh basil that you just break up. And you can even hit it along the way. And that's it. Oh wait, I forgot my meatballs. So, here are the meatballs. And the raisin ones. So on the menu tonight is Grandma's homemade marinara and Rose's famous plain and raisin meatballs with a fresh green, nice cold chilled salad. Bon appetit! Bye-bye.
Sweet.
Did you say if you don't like my sauce, bye?
Hi, so we're back and this is it. We're serving dinner and we're gonna enjoy. We have a great glass of wine and the best friends ever. Delicious, chilled, really cold Mediterranean salad with roasted peppers, black olives, artichoke hearts, a little red onion. We have spaghetti rigate with Grandma's homemade marinara. And we have Rose's famous meatballs just fried. I didn't put them in the sauce, plain and with raisins. Woo! My guests enjoy this dinner. I had a ton doing it and I hope that you guys enjoy it too. Thank you.